So happy that you could join me today. We're going to start our class by taking 3 nice deep breaths. Another. And one more. Sit up straight. Make this your deepest breath. Send that air all the way to your tailbone. Start with some neck circles. Trying to pull our mind into our body. The goal of this practice is for you to be able to relax and find solace in your mind. Switch the direction. And as you relax, you're going to notice all of those pesky thoughts flitting in and out. But I want you to put your focus on the silence in between your thoughts and see if you can grow that silence. This can be such a relaxing experience and it'll enhance your yoga practice today. Maybe set an intention before we begin. Think about what you're gaining from this practice. I hope that in this practice you get to learn something about your body, yourself, or your mind. We're going to get started on all fours. Knees are beneath the hips, hands are stacked beneath the shoulders. And I want you to think about pushing your weight into your thumb and your index finger. The hands are spread wide so they can support your weight. And you're going to find some organic movement here. What's unique about yoga is that you're really encouraged to do what feels right for your body and for your practice today. And you're going to be the only one who knows what this is because you're the only one that's inhabiting your body. I like to start by looking back at my ankles, trying to keep my core level while I do this twist, twisting at the waist and nowhere else. And if you feel called to do something different, by all means, follow that calling. Maybe you take some circles, starting small and flowing into larger circles. Let these movements be juicy and loose. Your goal is to wake the body up. Go ahead and switch directions if you haven't already. Starting small, mindfully, focusing on where your hips are in space, and then increasing the size of those circles. Maybe you experiment with rocking forwards and backwards, waking up the wrist and the hands. Begin to swan, sinking back into the hips, remembering your breath. Maybe you go from side to side. Again, your goal is to find your place in your body. It's not about stretching the deepest or moving the biggest. The goal is to feel at home in your body and in yourself by the end of the practice. Bring one hand up towards the sky. Start to circle the wrist. Pushing through that planted hand strong. Sending energy down to your mat. Maybe draw some circles on the ceiling. Switch the direction. Imagining that shoulder joint as a sponge and we're squeezing that fluid out. It's going to lubricate your shoulder joint. Taking big circles now at the shoulder. If your body moves with this movement, that's okay. One more nice deep breath. Reach up, inhale, exhale, thread the needle. Other arm can either stay by your head or you can walk it out to the short edge of your mat. Today's practice is going to be a slower flow with the aim of increasing your mindfulness. And so in each pose, I will invite you to scan through your body and try and relax into the pose. So for me in this pose, my points of interest are my shoulder that's on the ground. I'm focusing on relaxing this shoulder, letting gravity do the work. I'm also interested in softening my hips. I'm keeping my core somewhat engaged. And that's going to be another theme throughout this practice. You want to be loose, comfortable, and joyful, but there's also effort, there's intention, there's energy. And the goal of this practice is going to be to toe that line between comfort and discomfort. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Bring the hand back by your head, push back up into that neutral tabletop position. Find yourself here. You can flow through a couple of cat-cows if you need to. Inhaling to cow, exhaling to cat, moving with your own breath and at your own pace. Readying ourselves to bring that other hand up to the sky. Big stretch here. Begin to circle the wrist. Switch the direction. Draw circles on the ceiling. Switch the direction. We're waking up this shoulder joint. Big circles now at the shoulder. If your body moves with, it's okay. Switch the direction. Reach up to the sky. Stretch through the chest. Thread the needle. Other hand either stays by your head or reaches to the short side of your mat. This side might feel completely different. You really want to honor your body where it's at. And with these longer stretches, I think that the best strategy is to go where you would typically stretch to, that point where you feel discomfort but not pain, no pinching or burning, and then back off ever so slightly. This is to tell your body that it's safe to relax. We're not going to push ourselves unnecessarily today. And your body might reward you by just softening. We're calming the nervous system. Three more nice, deep breaths. Returning to tabletop, always taking the cat-cow if we need. Let the soles of the feet come together. Bring the knees to the edges of your mat. Sink back into the hips. Walk the hands forward for child's pose. Remembering that we're going till we feel that discomfort and then we're backing off. So you're stretching to about 65% of your capacity. And once you're here, you're going to move through your points of interest. So for me here, it's my shoulders. I'm asking my shoulders to relax. I'm asking my hands to relax. I'm asking my hips to relax, my feet to relax. I'm remembering my breath. And I'm starting to slow down. For me, child's pose is one of the most comforting poses. I feel very grounded here. I feel safe. And this can help our bodies to relax, reminding yourself that you are safe. There's nothing you need to be doing right now. You're here on your mat, doing something lovely for your body and your brain. And you should take pride in that you showed up to practice today. Send that breath all the way back down your spine. Begin to walk the hands to one side, feeling that stretch, and then backing off. Yoga is not about how deeply you can stretch, how far you can push yourself. Yoga is about being in tune with your body. You're trying to listen to your body, to create a comfortable experience for your body. And it's also important to build trust and rapport with your body. You aren't going to be able to fully relax until your body understands that you're safe, and you're not going to put yourself in a position that compromises the integrity of your joints or your muscles. You can explore what it feels like to turn to one cheek and then the other. Or you can allow the forehead to just rest against the mat. And if you find that your body has indeed rewarded you by releasing and softening, you can walk the inside hand one more inch towards the outside, getting a bit deeper of a stretch through that shoulder. And if you're not feeling enough sensation, you can even try stacking the hands. But remembering, as always, to listen to your body. And if it's not calling for you to stack the hands, then stay where you are. 3 more deep, calming breaths. Return to center. Take your hands, bring them into prayer above your head. This is going to give you a bit of a stretch through the backs of the arms, a deeper stretch through the shoulder, and is just an exploration of how different movements and poses feel differently. Stretch the hands back out, walk to the other side. Feeling that stretch, and then backing off. Relaxing the hips, softening into that pose, releasing the feet. Three more deep breaths. Try to focus on slowing your exhale. If you're breathing out of your mouth, you could imagine that you're fogging up a mirror. And if you're breathing out of your nose, try and feel the warmth of the air as it exits your nostrils. If your body has rewarded you by relaxing, you can walk that inside hand 1 more inch to the outside. If you desire more sensation, you can stack the hands. See what that feels like. Maybe noticing how this side feels different than the other side. Our bodies are often not symmetrical. That doesn't mean one side is better or worse than the other. There's just differences, and we can take note of these differences without being judgmental towards them. Walk the hands back to the center. Bring the knees in, slowly rise up. You've been stretching your hips for a while now, so we want to move slow. Coming back to that neutral tabletop, maybe moving forward and back, maybe flowing through some cat-cows. We've been stretching for a while, so you're trying to let the blood return to where it maybe met some resistance, traveling through your veins and arteries while you were holding that stretch. You're gonna walk the hands 1 more inch forward, tuck the toes, come into down dog. Pushing energetically through the hands. You're gonna feel a stretch down the hamstring. Start to pedal the feet. Remembering to keep energy in the hands. And by pedaling your feet, you're having to pull up on your calf muscle. This is going to get your blood flowing. And that blood is delivering wonderful nutrients and oxygen to all of your cells. Our calves are so important and underutilized for our blood flow. Feel the texture of the mat beneath your feet. Rise onto the toes and back towards the heels. 1 more time onto the toes and back to the heel. You're going to lift your right leg up to the sky. You can flex the foot here. Feel how your hips are closed. As an experiment, you can bend the knee, open the hips, stack the hips. Feel how this is different. Once more, close the hips, flex the foot. Bring the knee towards your nose. We're going into pigeon, so the knee comes up to the nose, starts to turn towards that elbow, and you come to the mat. Now for pigeon, if it is not comfortable for you, your shin does not need to be parallel with the edge of your mat. The most important thing here that you want to keep in mind is you want your hips to be level. So you don't want to fall towards that outside hip like this. You want your hips stacked and level. You're pushing energetically through the hands. If you'd like, you can lay down bringing your forehead towards the edge of the mat. For me, I'm feeling the stretch here, so I'm going to choose to stay. So remember, we're holding these stretches for a bit longer today. So you don't want to stretch as far as you can and hold it for as long as you can. It's better to back off a little bit and encourage your body to relax into the stretch, as opposed to trying to force it to get there. You're still keeping yourself active, towing that line between activity and ease. So I'm pushing energetically through the hands. My shoulders are engaged. I'm keeping my spine and hips level and neutral. So spine is straight, hips are level. I'm getting ready to return to that down dog position, so I'm tucking my back toe. I'm taking that leg up and back to that pedal of down dog. We're gonna do the other side. So the leg comes up, foot is flexed. If you'd like, you can bend the knee, open the hips, come back to stacked hips. Knee comes up to nose. Start to rotate that knee out for pigeon. Three more nice deep breaths here. Relax the hips. And come back into down dog. Stretching through those shoulders. Let the knees drop. Return to tabletop. So from all fours, we're gonna walk the hands for 1 inch. We're gonna tuck the toes, coming back into down dog. We're going to move through pigeon, but we're not going to hang out there very long. So again, the knee is gonna come to the nose. Coming into pigeon. From here, we're gonna sit back. So one leg is now extended, and the other foot comes to rest against our thigh. One hand's gonna come to the ground. We're gonna stretch up towards the ceiling, finding a bit of length through our body. Let that arm come back to the mat. So you'll find that when you sit up, you're naturally facing about here. You're gonna take your body, twist at the waist so you're facing your extended leg, and think reach out as opposed to reach down. If you'd like, the hands can drop, but continue to think about your body moving outward towards that toe. From here, we're going to move into Stargazer, which is one of my favorite poses to open the side body. So how this will work, the extended leg is going to rotate so that you're resting on the blade edge of your foot. For the knee that's bent, you're going to move so your shin is now parallel with the short edge of your mat. You might have to do some shuffling to get comfortable. And once you're here with one hand planted on the mat, you're going to open up and over the body. This is a really nice, deep side stretch. You're pushing up energetically through your hip and through the hand that's planted on the mat. One more nice deep breath here. Let that foot underneath you rotate so you can come back to a comfortable seat. Moving back into tabletop. You can take a couple of cat-cows to kind of reset the spine. Walk the hands forward 1 inch. We're going to come back into down dog. Again, flowing through pigeon, knee to nose. Once you're in pigeon, you're going to roll back onto your sit bones. Hand's going to come beside you on the mat. That foot is touching the thigh of the extended leg. You're reaching up towards the ceiling. Stretch through the side body, lengthening the spine. Hand comes down to rest behind you. You're twisting at the waist, so you're now facing your extended leg, and you're reaching out towards that leg. Hands can fall. Body can relax, hinging at the hips. To move into Stargazer, you're going to rotate so the extended foot is blade edge down. You're going to move your bent knee so that your shin is now parallel with the short edge of the mat. Hand plants beside you. Rise up, pushing energetically through the hips into that extended foot. Big stretch through the side body. Come over back to tabletop. Again, find some movement here. Reset that spine. Hands forward, tuck the toes, down dog. Walk the feet up to the edge of your mat. Ragdoll. Micro bend in the knees. Body is soft. Relax the neck and head. If you'd like, hands can clasp behind your head for a deeper stretch. Release the hands. Half lift. Exhale, back to forward fold. Remembering to keep our spine nice and straight for that half lift. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And once more, inhale, half lift. Forward fold. And then roll up one vertebrae at a time, letting your head be the last thing to come up. Reach above your head, big stretch. The hands come down to mountain. One leg is going to come back about 8 inches behind. Feet are parallel to the long edges of the mat. Hands can either stay by your side or behind you in reverse prayer. Micro bend of the front front knee, my mistake. Start to lean forward. Find pyramid.
Sometimes it's hard to name body parts and move at the same time. Too many wheels turning. From here, that hand on the same side is going to grab either your thigh, your calf, or if it can come to the mat, that's fine as well. You're going to open through the chest. This isn't about how low that you can go. It's about how open can you get your chest. This is a balancing act as well. Nice big breath here. Come back to that pyramid. Slowly rise up. Step forward. Big stretch. Mountain. Palms are forward, thumbs are rotated out. Step back with the other foot. Hands come behind. Reverse prayer. Come forward. Pyramid. Hand on same side comes down to that front leg. Rotate up and out. Stretch through the chest. Come back to center. Step up. Big stretch. Dive forward. Bend your knees. Walk your feet out to the edges of your mat. Move through a squat. You can take a seat if this is uncomfortable for you, or if you'd like to hold the squat for a second. Let your booty come to the mat. We're gonna massage out our spine. You can rock forwards and backwards. You can rock side to side. Extend one leg. Other knee comes to your nose before letting it fall to the outside of your body, supporting with the hand underneath so you don't stretch further than you're comfortable with. Kind of a half happy baby, if you will. Relax that hip. Your body will reward you. Slowly, slowly, bring that knee back up. Grab it with the opposite hand. Come across your chest for a stretch at the glute. Keeping that lower back pressed onto the floor. Wonderful. Release that leg. Float back down to the mat. Other knee comes up towards the nose. Support from the bottom. Let it fall to the outside of your body. Relaxing here. Relax your hip. If you need to, you can grab a hold of the other hip to press it down and into the mat. You don't want that opposite hip to float up. One more nice deep breath here. Start to bring the knee up and across your body, grabbing a hold with that opposite hand to find a stretch through the glute. Release that leg back to the mat. Pull both knees up, knee to nose. Extend the feet, knee to nose. Extend, knee to nose. Open those knees, grab the outsides of your feet. Happy baby. Keeping that back pressed flat into the mat. You can experiment here with grabbing a hold of different parts of your foot. Maybe trying to grab your heels, your ankle. and then hang out in whichever of those variations feels the best to you. This is a deep stretch of the hips. You can always grab at the knees if you want less of a release. From here, slowly bring the knees into the chest. Hands can come under the pelvis for support, or my favorite, fingernails can reach out and up. Legs come up for waterfall. Your body is an L. Point and flex the feet. Roll the ankles out. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let them come down to the mat for lying butterfly. Finding a deep release of the hips. Extend one leg out and then the other for our final Shavasana. Hands, if it feels right to you, by your side, palms up to the sky. And I'm going to take you through a meditation designed to increase your mindfulness and increase the awareness of your own body. So we're going to start in our toes, moving from pinky toe to big toe, one toe at a time. And I want you to hang out in this space. Does it feel good here, bad, tense, relaxed? We don't often move our mind around to the different parts of our body, and it's good to check in. Moving through the whole foot, through the ball of your foot, the arch, the heel, coming through the ankle, releasing and relaxing. Releasing your calves, your knees, letting your quadriceps relax their hold on your knee. Letting your hips be heavy, so heavy. Let the lower half of your body relax completely. Notice if there are any sounds or smells that you weren't picking up before. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin, the feeling of your breath entering and leaving your body. Relax your spine, let your belly be loose, flowing with your breath. Come into your chest and heart space, relaxing here. Let the shoulders release and pull away from one another down into the mat. Move down the arms, relax the hands. Go through each finger, thumb, index finger, pointer finger, ring finger, and pinky finger before pulling your awareness back up through your arms, through your shoulders, to your throat, where you relax. Let that air enter and leave unhindered. Relax the back of your neck, one vertebrae at a time. Move up to your base of your skull. Release and relax your scalp. Unclench your jaw. Let your tongue come down from the roof of your mouth. Relax your nose, your ears, the little muscles behind your eyes. Unfurrow your brow. Release your forehead. And scan your awareness back through, searching for any places of tension that you might have missed on your first pass. And now that we're completely relaxed and comfortable, we're going to take a few deep breaths in this state. Start to wiggle the fingers and toes, circle at the wrists and ankles, and slowly, at your own pace, either move back into a seated position, or you're welcome to remain in your Shavasana for as long as you would like. Thank you so much for joining me for our practice today. It is a practice, so we get better every time we return to the mat. Take stock of how you're feeling now, noticing how it might be different from how you felt at the start of the practice, and thank yourself for creating this relaxing and enjoyable feeling. I hope you go on to have a wonderful rest of your day. The light in me sees and honors that little space where the entire universe resides inside of you. Namaste.